Hey guys, week of books in review. I read book one, Spy Goddess, Live and Let Shop by Michael P. Spradlin. And this is the book that I had gotten from NetGalley, but then I saw that my library had a copy of it, so I decided to just pick up the physical copy of it rather than reading it on my iPad or my Kindle. What this is a story or a book about a girl who, she comes from Beverly Hills, so she comes from like a privileged family, but it's a privileged family that her parents aren't really involved in her life too much. They don't really pay attention to her, so she goes out and, kind of finds things to do that maybe gets her in trouble. So I guess she's been in trouble with the law a little bit lately, and pretty much it was it was the camel that broke the straw's back. Yeah, it was the straw that broke the camel's back when she was arrested because she had been with her friends. They had stolen a car and they were joyriding. She was the only one that got caught, and pretty much she's given the decision: juvenile hall, you're going to juvie, or you're going to this boarding school. And pretty much her dad makes the decision she's going to boarding school, and it's called Blackthorn Academy. And it's actually all the way across the country in Pennsylvania. Is that right? I think it's in Pennsylvania. And she goes there, and there's some crazy, strange stuff happening. She doesn't want to stay there. In fact, she tries to leave it, but that doesn't happen. And it's just a story of like her finding out stuff about what's up with the school. It's like strange things, like the classes are like classes about oh, I can't even remember what all they had. It was like strange classes. But criminal justice was involved, and then I cannot remember. There was like just crazy classes, as well as martial arts. Like one of the things they had to do was, I guess, every night they take a martial arts class, like the whole school does, and that kind of thing. So she's seeing, this is a little strange, this is a little different. Then she sees things happen while she's there, and she's thinking, this is strange. I'm not really understanding what's going on. So she decides that she is going to figure out the mystery, and so that's pretty much what the story is about. Her and like her friends that she finally gets to be friends with there. They pretty much go on an adventure, and they find out like what this school's truly about and that kind of thing. And so apparently what this says is BCCB says that this Blackthorn Academy is like going to be ranked with Hogwarts is what it says. I personally don't think so. But it is still pretty cool. I would like to read the second book. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars because it is really cool, but it's not like I didn't like just think it was an awesome book. I didn't fall in love with it or anything, but I do like suggest that you read it if you do enjoy, obviously, spy. You know what it's going to be about. So, anyway, now that I've blabbed for a million years about that, I finally finished Betsy the Vampire Queen by Mary Janice Davidson. This is the bind up of the first 4 books. Once again, let me read those to you. Undead and Unwed, Undead and Unemployed, Undead and Unappreciated, Undead and Unreturnable. So it's the first 4 books of the series. I did end up giving this 4 out of 5 stars because I seriously enjoyed it. It is hilarious. It's like so ridiculous though. It's like it's just really stupid. It really is. It makes you laugh out loud though. I really did enjoy reading it because it brought some comedy into my life and some even lightheartedness, even though it's about vampires. I mean, it really was. It was just kind of a lighthearted, funny read with some romance in it. Like I said before, this was in my young adult section. This is not a young adult book because there is some very elaborate sex scenes. So definitely not young adult at all. But really did enjoy it. Betsy is, I think she's like 30 or getting close to 30 or something. Um, 30-some-year-old, or maybe it's either late 20s or 30-year-old lady. She ends up dying from, like, something that you wouldn't think would make her be a vampire. But, she ends up waking up as a vampire. And you're thinking, what the heck? How did she become a vampire? You know, this person didn't suck her blood till she died and made her a vampire. I don't know. It just was like, it was funny, like, just finding out everything, going through the adventures with her. She is just like this young woman who is more about looking fashionable and, I don't know, shopping and that type of thing. And here she's got to be the queen of the vampires. And honestly, not everybody's happy about that. And so she does have to fight, you know, a little bit of a battle sometimes with other vampires who are not happy about it. So there's just adventures, and it's funny. It really is funny. I really would like to see a different cover. I'm sure there probably is another cover other than this one, because I absolutely hate this cover. I think it is really cheesy. I mean, really cheesy. First off, Sinclair, which is the guy kneeling before her, he is supposed to be, like, extremely hot, and that just does not do him justice. So, but anyway, if you want a lighthearted, funny read, go for it. The last book I read over the week was Playing with Fire by Gina Showalter, and I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my gosh. This is an awesome book. It's about a 24-year-old girl. She has a little bit of a problem keeping jobs. And she, at the moment, is working in a coffee shop, and this guy comes bursting out of the building across the street and comes in, and he's begging her to help or something. I can't even remember what it is. And she runs, because the guys come chasing after him. So she runs to the office to call the cops to get some help. And while she's in there, apparently the guy that came rushing out poured this formula in her mocha latte that she had sitting there. And she ends up drinking it later. And what this formula is something that causes her to be able to control the 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. I know I said that in a weird order, but anyway. That's what it is. And so this book is about her trying to figure out how to control those elements, because also, you know, there is this agent that is after her to neutralize her, which immediately, you know, you're thinking he's gonna kill her, but it's them after her, and then there's, like, these other bad guys after her, and so she's, like, running for her life, trying to get away. She doesn't understand. You know, it's not her fault. She didn't want these powers. And so actually, I don't know if this is, like, spoiling anything for you. I mean, I guess it pretty much tells you. Belle and this government agent end up falling in love with each other. I mean, it's like hot, steamy stuff too. Definitely not for young readers either. But it just, I don't know, it is so good. Like, seriously, like, I fell in love with this book. I would love probably to have my own copy of it so that I could read it again later on, because I think this is actually a book that I wouldn't mind reading again. And I'm reading the second book now, and I am struggling through it because there are some crazy things that happen in the second book that just wrench your heart, and I feel like I'm being tortured, and I can't stand it. Like, seriously, I had to take a break last night from reading it because I felt like my heart was being pulled out of my body and stomped on. Like, I could not stand it. So even now, like, things are better in the book, and I am still struggling with emotions. Like, I feel like I have never had an emotional response to a book like I did with this. And I know it seems so stupid because you're thinking, seriously, it's a book about a girl with superpowers. I I have no idea. I don't know if it's just Gina Showalter's writing style, her talent. I don't know what it is. All I know is I am just like, I'm in the book. I am in the book, and the story is happening around me, and I'm seeing it all. And maybe I'm Belle. I don't know. Belle, the girl who has superpowers. Oh, my heart. My heart. That's all I can say. So, anyway, 5 out of 5 stars. I highly recommend this if you want a story about superpowers and some love and some sexy times. Totally recommend this book. That is all I've read over the week, and well, actually, that's not all that I read over the week. I am lying. I never even thought to grab my Kindle or my iPad. I did read some novellas and, not novellas, ebooks, and I am in the process of reading Hell Without You, which I showed you guys, and I think I'm like 86% done with it because I read a little here and a little there. It is such a good book. Such a good book. I cannot think of her name. It's Renee something, but I got it on NetGalley as an ARC. So, anyway, that's it, and I will see you guys later.